True transformation starts in the mind, and if your mind is renewed, your whole life will be transformed. The routine you follow every day might be shaping your future in ways you can't even imagine. What if I told you that small changes in your mindset and actions could lead to incredible results in 2025? True transformation starts in the mind, and if your mind is renewed, your whole life will be transformed. Sometimes what we need is not to change what's happening around us, but to understand how the gospel can transform our inner being, renewing our mind and consequently our attitudes. The power for this change is within you, and the key to unlocking this door is in something much greater than ourselves: Jesus. He offers us a transformation from the inside out, something that goes beyond good intentions. True change requires internal maturity, but by allowing this renewal, external changes will come in a firm and consistent way. The year 2025 has already arrived. I encourage you not only to dream about a new year but also to reflect on the power our choices have in the direction we will take. Every day we are confronted with decisions that, in many cases, may not seem big but carry tremendous impact. I invite you to reflect on this. I challenge you to understand that what we do today shapes tomorrow. The way we choose to react to situations, how we decide to invest our time and resources, all of this will play a key role in the year ahead. This requires a careful and conscious look at our daily attitudes. I ask you to deeply analyze your habits, beliefs, and behavioral patterns. After all, if the goal is to achieve different results in 2025, it's essential that the choices we make now differ from the ones we made in the past. If we keep repeating the same mistakes, how can we expect new results? I challenge you to have the courage to change, to have the boldness to look inward and recognize where improvement is needed. In doing so, you will be ready for the positive impact that true change will bring. It's interesting to think that we often spend our lives waiting for something external to change us. However, I want to remind you that true change starts in our mind. When reflecting on our choices, we need to stop and question the decisions we make and the patterns we maintain. What are we doing to prepare for what lies ahead? How are we feeding our thoughts so that 2025 will be a different year? These are the questions that help prepare the ground for inner maturity. This maturity is not immediate but gradual, and it is this maturity that will allow external changes to be true and deep. Looking toward the future, it's easy to get lost in the promises of a new year without reflecting on the foundation we have created so far. However, it's impossible to achieve something transformative without first committing to internal growth. It's no use wanting great results if we are not willing to review our own behaviors, attitudes, and thoughts. The year 2025 demands more than simple good intentions. It demands concrete actions that come from internal transformation. There is a danger in not recognizing this need for maturity, allowing ourselves to fall into the trap of waiting for the world to fall into place without having done our part. Taking control of your own destiny involves a courageous reflection on our choices. And this includes stopping the search for quick fixes or easy answers. The changes I propose are not superficial. They require us to look at the root of the problem, question our attitudes, and, more importantly, challenge ourselves to be better than we were yesterday. Therefore, the invitation I extend for you to reflect on 2025 is not just about the arrival of a new year, but about the transformation that must begin in us, now, so that we can achieve what we truly desire. We cannot simply wait for time to bring changes. It is up to us with our choices to shape the future. At this point, we might even ask ourselves, but what if I don't know where to start? Don't worry, this is normal. Change begins with a small step, and the first choice is to decide to reflect on what is truly important to us. Have you ever deeply thought about the choices you've been making? How have they impacted your life so far? I invite you to reflect on these questions and think about the impact of our decisions for the year 2025. After all, the changes we desire most begin, first, with an invitation to true reflection. It is important to remember that this invitation is not just a call for personal success, but also for collective change. By reflecting on our choices, we are not only creating a better future for ourselves, but also for those around us. The choices we make, the attitudes we adopt, all of this directly affects the people we interact with. The year 2025 could be a turning point for transformation, but it starts with a commitment to personal change, and that's why I want you to reflect seriously on the impact of your choices. The change that everyone desires begins with an internal decision. Often, we seek external transformations like changing jobs, making new friends, or even moving to a new city. However, none of this will have the expected impact if there is no internal growth first. It is the mind that, when renewed, transforms the reality around us. When the mind is focused on true change, the outside world begins to reflect this new internal state. This requires a continuous commitment to reviewing our thoughts and actions. Change begins here, in our perception of ourselves and our possibilities. It's important to understand that this growth doesn't happen overnight. On the contrary, it requires dedication, patience, and a constant attitude of learning. Imagine a person who, throughout all of 2024, maintained the same habits and thoughts. If they do nothing to renew their ideas, how can they expect a different 2025? Internal growth is a gradual process, one step at a time. It's no use wanting different results if we keep thinking the same way. The work of transformation begins when we decide to cultivate a new mindset, willing to learn and open to new possibilities. When reflecting on the impact our choices have on the future, it is essential that we understand that this internal change also involves reviewing our values. What do we believe in? How do we see the world? What motivates us to act in a certain way? Often, what holds us back is a set of limiting beliefs that for years have told us what is or isn't possible. For 2025 to truly be different, we need to review and, if necessary, abandon those beliefs. The human mind has immense power, but if not trained and shaped correctly, it can keep us stuck in the past. Therefore, changing our mindset is crucial for external transformation. The action of Jesus in our lives is a key to this change. When the mind is touched by a higher truth such as the gospel, it is renewed in a way that is hard to describe. By allowing God's word to work in our hearts, we are challenged to think and act differently. The renewal of the mind, through this divine action, brings with it a transformation that transcends human understanding. It's not just about wanting to be better or happier, but about living with a deeper purpose, one that starts and is maintained in the mind. Do not seek external changes without first pursuing internal renewal. When we focus only on superficial changes like changing jobs or routines, we risk falling into a cycle of frustration. These changes may bring temporary relief, but without genuine internal transformation, the impact will be limited. True change requires the courage to look inward and do the work of reflection and internal adjustment. It's like a building that, before being renovated externally, needs a solid foundation. Without this internal growth, any external transformation will be fragile and fleeting. In this process of growth, one of the greatest challenges we face is resistance to change. Change means discomfort, insecurity, and often we feel safer in the old, familiar ways. Without the willingness to grow internally, it will be very difficult to experience what we truly want in our lives. Change requires vulnerability, but also strength to look at our own mistakes and limitations honestly. Growth is not easy, but it is essential for true change to take place. And when we seek this inner transformation with divine help, we find the courage to take the necessary steps. It is important to remember that internal growth is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. As 2025 approaches, we may ask ourselves, which areas of my life still need growth? Change requires a constant attitude of evolution. It's not about reaching a goal and stopping, but about continuing to grow every day. The renewal of the mind is never something that is fully achieved, but a journey that stays with us throughout our lives. And it is precisely this journey of internal growth that will make external changes solid and lasting. May you look at what you are doing in the present and reflect on how your past behaviors have shaped your reality. If we want 2025 to be a year of achievements and significant changes, we cannot continue repeating the same behaviors that brought us the results of 2024. This may seem simple, but it requires courage and a real commitment to change. Often we get stuck in old habits that comfort us but also limit us. To break this cycle, we need to change our approach and free ourselves from the repetitions that hold us back. Changing our posture is not something that happens overnight. On the contrary, it requires a clear decision that something must be different. This means starting to act consciously without falling into the traps of autopilot. For example, if every time something goes wrong you react with anger or discouragement, then to achieve different results, it's time to replace that reaction with something more constructive, like patience or reflection. The simple act of doing things differently can already bring great results. Small adjustments can create a huge transformation. Of course, this doesn't mean the challenges will disappear, but rather that the way we deal with them will be different. It's not about waiting for the circumstances to change, but deciding to respond in a more balanced and assertive way. If the past year was marked by frustration and lack of focus, then for 2025 to be different, the attitude must be one of focused action, patience, and optimism. It's no use wanting new results without making new choices. A practical way to implement this is, for example, to create a habit of daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on how you reacted to certain events and how you could have acted differently. This can be done with a simple note or even a prayer. The important thing is that daily reflection on our attitudes is constant, so we can train our minds to adopt a new posture, always toward growth and improvement. This exercise of self-reflection, combined with a real commitment to change, creates a solid foundation for the desired results to become reality. True transformation happens when we do this with a clear purpose in mind. It's not enough to change just for the sake of changing. We need to know why we are changing. The new posture should be driven by a genuine desire to grow and evolve. For many, the true challenge is defining this purpose. What do we want to achieve? What is our goal for 2025? Once we identify what we truly want, the actions needed to achieve those goals become clearer. I invite you to go beyond superficial change and seek a transformative purpose for your posture in the new year. Changing our posture does not mean simply adopting a set of good intentions. It requires consistency and discipline. Success is not achieved just with words, but with consistent actions. This means that, even in the face of difficulties, we must maintain the right posture. The year 2025 will only be different if we are willing to sustain the change day after day. True change of posture is a commitment to the process, not just to the end result. This process of continuous transformation also requires a willingness to learn from our mistakes. We will all inevitably fail at some point, but instead of letting these mistakes paralyze us, we should use them as learning opportunities. There is no problem in making mistakes as long as the correct posture is to get up and try again. Instead of repeating the same behaviors from the past, we can learn to act with more wisdom, resilience, and confidence in our abilities. This is the posture that prepares us for a truly different year full of achievements. The key to achieving different results is to remember that change begins within us. By changing our internal posture, daily attitudes, and behaviors, we create a solid foundation for 2025 to truly be a year of transformation. With wisdom, reflect on how our past choices and actions have shaped our reality. But it also calls us to action. The action to change our posture, to adopt a new way of being and acting, so that we can reap the fruits of a genuine and profound change. Furthermore, deep changes cannot be achieved solely through human effort. True transformation begins in the mind, but it needs to be fed by something greater than ourselves. It is the action of Jesus that has the power to radically renew the way we think and act. When we allow Him into our minds and hearts, old patterns begin to break, and a new mindset emerges. It's not a superficial transformation, but something that works from the inside out, touching the deepest areas of our being. This is the true change we bring into the new year. Do not seek transformation only through natural or external means. The renewal of the mind, when sought with sincerity and surrender, happens through the action of Jesus. When we allow Him to transform the way we think, we find freedom. The weight of old beliefs and traumas dissolves, and we become more open to the new. But this requires a conscious decision to allow Him to work in our lives. Transformation is not automatic. It depends on a process of surrender and trust. It's not just about changing behavior, but about allowing Jesus to enter our thoughts and renew them completely. The renewal of the mind is essential for achieving lasting change. Without it, any effort to modify habits or attitudes will be fleeting. Jesus, through His teachings in the Gospel, offers us not only wisdom but also a new way of living. This implies a renewed outlook on life, others, and ourselves. By allowing Him to guide us, our minds begin to open to new possibilities. The Gospel not only offers a different perspective but gives us the power to live by it. This helps us face challenges with a new vision, full of faith and hope. It is important to emphasize that this transformation does not mean the absence of difficulties. The process of renewing the mind can be challenging because it requires us to abandon old habits, beliefs, and automatic responses to everyday situations. However, when we allow ourselves to be shaped by the action of Jesus, we learn to deal with these difficulties in a new way. True transformation is not the absence of problems, but the ability to face them with a renewed mindset. Through Jesus, we can find the strength to persevere, to keep going, and to be transformed even amid adversity. The renewal of the mind through the action of Jesus brings a new sense of purpose. When our minds are renewed, we begin to see the world with new eyes. Life stops being a constant struggle and becomes a journey of faith and trust. The impact of this is profound. Our choices, reactions, and attitudes change. We begin to live with a clearer purpose, guided by values that go beyond immediate interests. By allowing Jesus to renew our minds, we find a sure direction for the future. a future that is directly connected to our divine purpose. The renewal of the mind is continuous. It is not a one-time event that happens and then ends. The transformation that comes from a renewed mind requires constant attention. Each day is an opportunity to renew our thoughts and actions, to align our minds with the teachings of Jesus. This means that, although we have a process of change, continuous renewal is part of the journey. We cannot rest because life's distractions and challenges will try to divert us. But with Jesus' help, we can keep our minds focused on daily transformation. The action of Jesus also brings healing to our emotional and spiritual wounds. Often, our minds are blocked by resentments, fears, and insecurities that prevent us from living in full transformation. The renewal He offers is capable of restoring these areas, healing the wounds that limit us. By making space for the action of Jesus in our lives, our minds become clearer, stronger, and more capable of living what He has planned for us. This renewal brings an inner peace that empowers us to move forward, no matter the challenges. By allowing Jesus to renew our minds, we are led to a place of true freedom. No longer trapped by the limitations of the past, old patterns of thinking and behavior, but free to live according to the purpose for which we were created. This freedom is not an isolated act but a continuous process of transformation, where the renewed mind becomes the key to an abundant life. With the action of Jesus, we can expect transformative results in 2025, not only in our external circumstances but, most importantly, within ourselves. The key to true transformation lies in the gospel, a message that is not just a theory but a power capable of transforming the human being from the inside out. When God's word touches a person's heart, it not only changes their external attitudes but begins to change their thoughts, emotions, and even their deepest motivations. The gospel, indeed, is a powerful key to unlocking a life of genuine transformation. We're not talking about a superficial process, but something that transforms the human being at its core. This transformation begins with the acceptance of the message of Jesus and His redemptive work. The gospel is not just a set of good ideas or a moral code. It is the power of God to save and transform. When someone receives the truth of the gospel in their heart, something profound happens.